15th. I turn left. Mind you, it's 4 a.m. I look to the right. I see a man on the bridge about to jump off the bridge. What's good, y'all? It's Mikal Settle with Blaise Training Never Settle. And now I'm super excited because we just got a new training app to service our people. So listen, if you're interested in losing 15 to 20 pounds or even gaining 15 to 20 pounds, this is the opportunity for you to reach out to me so we can start to service you a little better, okay? Now, reach out to me directly or comment your information below, and so we can set up a consultation meeting with you for free. Just gonna be 10 minutes of your time to figure out some of your struggles, some of your goals, and some of the motivation behind your goals so we can start to service you better and move forward in the process to help you reach your fitness goals, okay? And then you never know. You might end up even being here training with me at Aspen Active, all right? I hope to see you guys later, and never settle. Man, what's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Mike Motivation Monday. It's been, to be honest, I just been procrastinating about it. So like, it feels good to really, start working towards it and start doing this again, because this is something I always really enjoyed, And so once again, we have another wonderful guest, Ivan Jones, Sleepy the Artist. What's good, man? How you doing?
What up, nephew?
How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. That's good, man. That's good. And so I know not last time we talked, because we talk every day. I know last time we was kind of diving into some things, man, and really just going over like where you been at as an artist, and everything like that. And so we'll go over plenty of things as far as, how you doing, how you feeling about the art community, how you feeling about the progress that you made. Cause I think we did the interview back in September of 2020 or so, or October or so. So we'll kind of dive into a lot of stuff. But before we go over everything, we're going to talk about the book of the week. And so for the new listeners and some of you that may not know, is each time we do an episode, we're going to do the book of the week. And so the book of the week this week is by yours truly, Rick Ross, The Perfect Day to Boss Up. And so let me see, y'all got that on there. Yep. Make sure y'all check this book out. And so, yep. And so one of the things though that really sticks out to me about this book is not only Rick Ross diving into certain principles about business, but then mindset, because how important. It's important. Yeah, it's the mindset, so how important it is. It's really the mindset. So like the quote from the book that gets to me is that empires are built brick by brick. You know what I mean? And that really resonates with me, because everything's a process, everything is a process. So as far as your process as an artist, what kind of comes to mind as far as when you develop your art pieces? Because it amazes me how you come up to me, be like, or you call me like, hey nephew, I got this idea. To see how fast you make the art and put it on the canvas is crazy. So what's like the start of your art process?
Well, for me, I'm a visual artist, so I see things all the time. Yeah. And I just want to put it in art. Yeah. So like, by the time I come to you, I done probably went through a process of probably 10, 15 different pictures. Mm-hmm. And figured out how I want to change, what I want to change in the picture. Yeah. How I want the background. And I'm always thinking art. So yeah. By the time I get to the canvas, it's pretty much done. Like all I gotta do is lay it down. Yeah. But then like recently, like I told you, I've been in a stump that I just came out of. So yeah. So it's a process. I understand that brick by brick, because in order to build a wall, you only can build it one brick at a time. Mm-hmm. So
that's facts. And the thing is too, is like going back, because I know I ask you this question all the time, but I love to hear is like, let's take me back to when you first discovered like not even the painting process, but just you as an artist, as a kid? Like, when did you develop, like, you know what, I'm gonna start doing this, you know?
I've always been into art. I remember scribbling on a wall when I was little, getting a whipping for it. I remember my dad and my mom used to do these little doodles on paper, and then they would color them in. Yeah. And I thought that was so amazing when I was little. Like, once I saw them finish with it, I was like, wow, they were scribbling on paper. Yeah. But like, I've always been in art. I did all 7 masks of Kwanzaa in 7th grade for my 5th grade teacher. I was 10, 11 years old. I've always
been creative. And that's one thing I feel like you don't give yourself credit for, is how smart you are. You know? you smart. I
don't give myself credit for it, but I'm humble enough to know that you could always learn more. Yeah. It's not that I don't give myself, like, if I'm studying, I know there's someone else studying. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like, I just don't underestimate no one else's abilities. Yeah. I know I know mine, you know. Like, so yeah, it's not that I don't give myself credit.
But yeah, so that kind of reminds me of something. Like, one thing that stuck out to me, what you just said, is you're humble enough to know that there's always something else to really know. So like, what's something that you learned over the past year? Because I think we did like I said, the interview in like September 2020, but there's been so much more things that's happened, but like, what's something that, or a few things that comes to mind that you learned over the past year?
Over the past year, man.
So much.
Live in the present.
Yeah.
Like, as you know, I recently filmed my little episode. So just like, a lot of people, like, I didn't want to tell nobody when I went to the, you know, because I didn't want nobody to stress. Yeah. But like, I just live in the moment, man. Like, yeah, that was a rough moment and it was a hard moment. But still, like, that's the same mindset in a way. Like, yeah, live in the moment. You learn from it and keep going. Ain't there's no point in looking backwards. Yeah. Just keep going forward, bro. Like,
yeah. No, I never settle, man. And one thing is always try to do with you though, and you always try to do with me, is consistently every day we're trying to push each other. Like, well, nephew, maybe you should try to do your shirts like this. You might got to change it up like this. Or I'm like, well, maybe you got to, you know, like, cause you know, if for y'all those that's listening, I had so many conversations with Ivan about diving into social media more, and man, he's really doing it now. But about probably 2 years ago, maybe not even that long.
Social media,
man, he can't stand social media, but he's developed so much in his art, his business with art has developed so much just from using social media and then selling it on there and then promoting it on there. And so talk to them about, like, that's even got something to do with continuously learning, but talk to them about being able to be adaptable when it comes to not only business, but then kind of what fits your personality. Because that was tough for you to start putting yourself out there on social media.
I can't say I fully adapted to it yet. Because I still don't go on social media like I should. Yeah. I don't post like I should. But that's a whole nother, like, putting yourself on social media is a job. Yeah. It's a job. So like, I hear a lot of young people today, the big thing is being an influencer.
No, that's facts. Everybody's an influencer.
Instagram influencer.
Yeah.
But they're not on Instagram.
Yeah.
They on there, but they not on there.
Yeah.
And they don't realize those, and that's, I'm learning as well. Like, it's a full-time job. So like, it's been a process for me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I gotta get like, I'm gonna go and post this today.
Yeah.
And then I still don't post it half the time.
No, 100%. Yeah.
I might not post it until 2 days later. Then I'd be like, man, I should have did that a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like, I got so many pictures and stuff on my phone that I just haven't posted yet.
Yeah.
It's a process, man. Like, it's a learning curve. It's a different learning curve for me. So,
but I congratulate you on even pushing that to, you know what I'm saying, like, learn and move forward and try to do it, because most people, when they're uncomfortable with something, they shy away from it and never dive into it. So what's your advice to people that maybe have something or idea that may make them uncomfortable, but they just don't have that small percentage of motivation to take that next step? What's your motivation, or what's your words to them?
To do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, there's like, I don't know how to motivate a person who's scared of being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The only thing you could do is to do it and get used to being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't, like, people talk about doing logos. Oh, do me a logo. I hate doing logos for people. But from time to time, I do it.
Yeah.
I will do it from time to time. Just because it's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I hate doing them because logos are personal.
Yeah.
So, when you do a logo for someone, you got to deal with like more kind of nitpicking.
Yeah.
And it just frustrates me.
Yeah.
But I do it sometimes because it's part of the game,
Yeah.
Eventually one day, one of my future goals maybe is to do like a big mural.
Yeah.
So like, I don't do heights at all. So that'll be that's gonna be one of my future challenges.
No, you can do it.
I know I could do it. I just don't do heights. You
don't mess with roller coasters then?
That's different. That's a drill. That's some adrenaline.
Yeah, that's a little different. Yeah,
like.
And one thing too is, I say, is like, people, the only way to learn is to be uncomfortable. And you truly can't have a win without a loss, and you can't have a lesson without a loss. And if you don't have any lessons, you'll never win.
So, and that's a fact. And it's so weird because at one point, only thing was preached is winning, being the best. But how do you get there? They forgot to tell you the part about you're gonna fall.
Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
When you learn how to ride a bike, no one just started riding the bike. They fell off that bike a couple times.
Yeah.
So like, it's the same with everything, like,
yep.
If you jog every day, you didn't start off jogging 5 miles.
No, facts. Yeah.
You started off, some people half a mile, some people not even that far. And they built, but as they did the more reps, the better they got. So every day, a little bit further, a little bit further.
100%.
They didn't just go out there and just start jogging.
No, facts.
5 miles and then 5 miles there and 5 miles back.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So everything like is a process. But today, everybody.
Right now, instant gratification. And so, and that, one thing it makes me think about is like, because you just did you did the one with as far as like the vendor show set up. You just did the one with what we do that past
Stefan?
Saturday. Yep, we did the one with Stefan. The Soul Camp. Yep, Soul Camp. We did that Saturday. But then you did the one with B Wells Foundation. And one thing that comes to mind for me though is how you said you had the setup, right? And the lady came up to you. She was like, when you walk in there, your setup is the first thing that she's seen, you know? Yeah. And so that brings me back to when you first started. You know what I'm saying? You first start doing the shows.
Man,
your setup wasn't like that. So like,
no.
You know, and so that
I didn't know how to set up.
Yeah.
I credit a couple friends.
Yeah.
A couple of my art friends. We used to do the shows, and they used to always have to set my tent up for me. Because Cassie and Dessa. So if y'all ever hear this, I give y'all that. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
they hit every show. They would have to set my tent up. I call myself setting my table up. They'll come and fix it. Like, nah, put this over here and put this over here. Sit these back here. And I was just like, okay, I just look at my table like I have no idea what I'm doing. But when with COVID and everybody kind of started going their separate ways, I had to spread my wings and get out and do and continue to do what I started. Continue what I started. So, but it was no one else. It wasn't nobody to set my table up no more.
Yeah, that's facts.
It wasn't nobody to set my tent up no more. So I had to take what I learned from them and add my own touches to it. And I'm comfortable now. Like, I go to events now, people be like, oh yeah, you've been doing this for a while, huh?
Bruh, like I be trying to learn from you all the time. Cause I be like, damn, how he get people just to stop? I need to start doing this shit. Like how he got it set up. It's like boom.
I also speak.
Yeah.
To everybody that walk past my table. I try to speak to everybody. At least, therefore, you at least got their attention. Yeah. And that's the importance of doing that. And like, that's one thing I learned with doing those, but then just setting up on the street corners is don't, and you kind of mentioned this earlier a little bit, is the importance of not, you said it in different words, but not judging a book by its cover, giving everybody a chance in the sense of not insulting anybody's intelligence or looks or whatever your prejudgments may be, because we all have them to an extent, right? Yeah. But I've learned that you never know who can be your next customer. You never know. And it's important not to judge people by how they just look, because you never know who's who. At all. You never know who you'll run into. I've met so many people at events and it became like some of my contacts, like when it comes to different art, for art. I think I got in the art game. I didn't know nobody in the art game. Like legitly, my roommate.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
But now,
so I definitely don't do that though. Like, because you never know who's the artist, okay, I told you a story before. We did an art show before at the Burnham Factory.
Yeah.
And it was a young girl displaying her work. Never seen this girl before. Didn't even know she followed me on my social medias. Yeah. And she didn't come back the next day for the second day of the event. But I remember telling her, if I sell something, I'm going to buy one of your pieces. Sold something the next day, but she wasn't there.
Damn.
And another artist was like, yeah, when you walked away yesterday, she was like, is that Ivan Jones? And they said, they're like, yeah. I follow him, like, I really like his work. I follow him. So they kind of like, dope. You're a local celebrity.
No,
I'm like, what are you talking about? The young girl who you told you about a piece, she know who you were. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's dope. But at the same time, I was like, okay, this is real. Like,
no, facts.
I ran into her one other time at an event that I did. And and we chatted a little bit. So that was cool. She's pursuing her art and stuff. So that's really good.
And so that reminds me too of like the notoriety, things like that, like getting yourself out there and then having your art represented in different places, because you've done pianos. Every time I drive past what is on 6th Ave, I see your young man with leaning on the book mural. Yeah. You know, you did a mural across the street from where we're at. You know, like you done murals, paintings, canvas, you're doing shirts and stuff now. But one of the things I feel like, you know, there's always steps and there's building blocks. Like we said, there's bricks. One of the largest bricks, I feel like, even just for me outside looking in, is the City View thing, you know? And so talk about you having your art in that City View magazine.
Man.
Like that's big time, dude.
That was dope, but that's not the first article I did.
I know it's not the first article.
The first article I did was Urban City.
Yeah, it was Urban City. Yeah, that was
that was dope to me because my peers, other artists, threw my name in that pot.
Yeah.
And told the lady she need to interview me. So that's for me. That's what made that one very special, because it showed I have the respect of my peers.
Yeah.
You know, so like that was big.
That I thought that was dope because I got like 6 or 7 copies low key. So if y'all need if y'all need any of them,
I got like 4 of them sitting on my desk.
I was gonna say I got like 6 or 7 of them, and my mom's like, "Why you got all these?" I was like, "This is the one Ivan in. I'm gonna get mine. You know, I'm gonna keep them up. It's gonna be worth some money here soon." You know, so I got to get a signature too, though, man, for real. And so one thing too is like when people hear this and they're listening, I really want them to speak to them, you know. So for those people that face the obstacle, right, and they kind of gave up on what they wanted to do, you know what I'm saying? So tell us a story about how you faced the obstacle, you know, with this art game or just in life, and how you continue moving forward, you know?
So I've always kept a sketchbook. I've lost so many sketchbooks, it's ridiculous. Falling asleep on the bus and missing my stop and rushing to get out the bus and left the book on the bus.
Yeah.
So I've always had sketchbooks. I was just like, at one point, I didn't pursue art. I wouldn't pursue art as a career. Mm-hmm. So I remember in high school, my teacher told us about an open house for art at the Art Institute. I talked about this before probably. Mm-hmm. And I had my little backpack with my sketchbooks in it. Mm-hmm. And I got there and it was a completely different world. I felt so out of place because you got other kids that's in high school, just like me, my age. Yeah. With big portfolios, with all these paintings. And I'm looking around like, damn. I went back outside like, I don't know if I want to do this. Mm-hmm. So I sat on the step for a second and I was like, you know what? I'm here now.
Fuck it.
I ain't finna go back to school. Like,
no,
I'm out of school for the day, so I'm not gonna go back to school. Yeah. And I went back in there and I went to probably every table that was there. I didn't get like no type of scholarships or nothing like that, but I put my name down. I got, my mom will tell you this one. I used to get like hella brochures for art schools. Yeah. Like a lot of them. I just didn't really apply for any because I couldn't afford it. Yeah. I feel like I couldn't afford it. Nobody told me about financial aid back then. Yeah. Any of that. So, even the Academy of Art in Chicago, I did some art there for a scholarship. I didn't get it, so I didn't go. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So now you talk 20-something years later. Mm-hmm. I'm in a relationship that wasn't going good. I got a buddy. Black. He's always telling me, man, why you always doing these little bitty pictures? Do something else. Yeah. So within this relationship, in order to keep my mind, art. I turned to art. It was at a freak out. So I started drawing bigger pictures. But I was using up all my pencils because I never really used pencils on big pictures before.
Yeah.
So I was at DMAC and I was commissioned to paint a little library. I got paid handsomely.
Yeah.
For maybe 30-some hours of work, if that.
Yeah.
And instead of paying me what I told him the hours I did, he paid me. He added on to it. So, and gave me an extra $250. Just put it on my card at school. Mm-hmm. I didn't get paid for the work for, like, he had to put in like a work study.
Yeah,
I didn't get paid for that till like almost a month later. Mm-hmm. But I got paid a total of probably almost $600, $500 some dollars. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay,
there's something right here.
I might have to like look into this. That was my last semester at EMAC.
No, that's what's up though. Yep. And that's inspiring too, just to go back to where you went in there. You didn't feel like you was, on the level of these students who had these portfolios and everything like that. Okay. But
think of it like this: the Art Institute. Mm-hmm. When we used to go to the football camps when you was younger,
yeah,
and they used to have all the big profile quarterbacks in Iowa there. Mm-hmm. I knew inside you felt a certain way.
No, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's how I felt at that Art Institute.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So like,
and that's the thing is like, I feel like for most things, there's two ways you can go about it, right? And so when you're introduced with problems or obstacles or situations like me at those quarterback camps, you at that Art Institute and all that type of stuff, right? There's two ways you can go about it. Either you use that energy as fuel, to motivate you, because that shit inspired me. Like, I was like, all right, it brought my motivation to another level, not only because I was like, okay, this is a standard of footwork. This is a standard of what we need to be doing as far as throwing mechanics and anything like that. So I'm going to go, when I go home, I'm working on this tonight. Mm-hmm. I'm learning from this. I'm coming here with the open mind to, okay, this is what they think's the best. Okay, let's see. Let me show them how great I am. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's how I feel like the mindset we all got to have when we're introduced with situations that may make us uncomfortable, or we're put in a position to force to grow, or you're going to shrink, I
attack art the same way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do art shows, and I don't get a chance to walk around and see a lot of the art sometimes because I be by myself a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't have nobody to watch my table, or my tent. Mm-hmm. But I see things sometimes, and I be like, how did they do that?
Yeah.
How did they get that highlight right there? Mm-hmm. I would sit up all night on YouTube,
just thinking like, how they do
trying to figure out, looking up how different techniques to do highlights in a picture.
Yeah.
And just try to find a way to add it to what I already do. Yeah. So what you said, from another perspective,
understand.
I understand that.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing I always like that you say though is after an art show is, or even with me when I go to a show, I didn't have a good day or I didn't make no money. You like, well, I did make, say if I did make some money, but it wasn't the goal that I had. You're like, you got one more dollar than you had when you stepped in, don't you?
You gave out business cards. You communicated with people. Mm-hmm. It's always a win. Yeah. It's always a win. Yeah. Because regardless, like, yes, we all want to make money. Yeah. But you never know, within the mingling and communicating with people, you never know who one of those people are.
That's facts.
And, so you have people who will sit there and talk. They won't tell you that they can help you. Mm-hmm. But if you impress them enough, they gonna take that card and they gonna hit you later. So that's how I look at it. The sneaker convention.
Yeah.
I ain't sell nothing. I sold one hoodie. And I took $20 of that hoodie and gave it to another vendor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The other 20 was gas money.
Yeah.
So there's always like I don't stress over because I've been through it. Mm-hmm. I don't stress if people buy. Yeah. It's frustrating in the moment. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's tough, bro. It's tough. And go back to like the times where you was like, because there's the times when I was in school, you was like, bro, I don't know if I could do these damn shows no more. Man. And that was your favorite thing to do. But take me back to your mindset then to build up that mental endurance and build up that the callus, you know what I'm saying, on your mind. Yeah.
When you hit the bottom, like the frustration is real. Like, so when I first started doing shows, for 2 years, I did shows, and no exaggeration, I probably sold 3 pieces in 2 years.
And you doing shows, damn, you was doing shows.
At one point, often. I was doing, during the summer, I went like a month at one point where I did a show every weekend. Mm-hmm. Some weekends I did 2-3 shows. Yeah. I was like every day I was in an Uber or paying somebody to give me a ride. So the group I was in, Rebel Art Alliance, I did a show on the South Side. I sold a painting. This was within that span. I sold my LeBron James painting, the first one I did when he was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Your favorite player?
Yeah. So the next weekend, I did Art on the Lake. I didn't sell nothing. Yeah. Left Art on the Lake, went to the Burnham Factory. And a kid told me one of my paintings wasn't worth the $100 I was asking for.
Had you fucked up, huh?
When I say, you know how on the cartoons, the old cartoons,
the head start boiling,
and the head, they show the head like pop off, yeah, and the smoke be coming out. That was me that day.
Hell yeah!
And like I said, I have been doing shows after shows after shows, and that was like my frustration point. Yeah. I cried. I was so mad after that show. I was in our studio, literally crying. Yeah. I was done, bro. Mm-hmm. I was done. Like, I didn't want to do it. Yeah. My mom would tell you, I remember calling my mom talking about it. Like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I'd rather just go back to doing art for me. Yeah. But what would that have done? That's when you fail.
When you quit. When you just like, fuck it. I'm done. Yeah.
That's when you fail. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, there's no such thing as failing. Yeah. You learn your lessons and you keep going.
And failing's all a mindset. And think about how far you came from that.
Fast forward. I sat down, start watching. Damn, they sell stuff at every show. What are they doing that I'm not doing? Damn, she's always on social media selling her stuff. What is she doing that I'm not doing? So I started watching and paying attention. So the next year, even though, hate to say, no, the year before COVID is when I really started selling stuff.
2018? No, 2019?
Yeah.
Yep.
Continue to do shows. Started doing more prints. Yeah. The print is what started selling. Okay, so now, as you know, I got crates of fucking prints.
Yeah, crates. Yep.
And I started learning how to maximize my dollar per painting. So instead of trying to go out and I have this painting, I'm gonna sell this painting for $200-$300. I will have a painting. I make $200-$300 before that painting even sell.
Off the prints.
You know what I'm saying? So like by the time I sell it, sometimes I done made $400-$500.
And then add on. What else you start doing too?
The shirts. Mm-hmm. And now you want to talk about a bumpy road?
Shit, dog. Yeah, and
man.
And that's one thing I've been learning too is like sometimes, and it's all a part of the game and part of like people not understanding, but people only they see the outside, but they don't understand how much struggles and shit you got to go through when you don't sell something. Or,
man, I got a box,
you know,
literally 2 boxes, probably, of shirts that haven't sold yet. Mm-hmm. One is all the same shirt for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know the shirt.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know the shirt. Yeah, and so and that's the thing is like being willing to take those chances is where you. And it sucks when you lose, cause not lose, right? It sucks when you feel that unexpected result. You know, you get the unexpected result. You know, and maybe eventually you'll get the main result that you aim for, but it's gonna take a little more time, right? And so that's the mindset you got to have with it, because there's so many times that I had this idea. 90% of the time, the ideas that I had, and I go out and try to put it in to play, that shit never happens right away. Never, you know.
But sometimes, do you really want it to happen right away?
Yeah, I do. I'm not gonna lie. In the moment,
just think about it. Like, just think about what I'm saying. What I just said.
Yeah, I know what you mean, though.
So let's just say, all right. So the first shirt I did was the Black Lives Matter one.
Yeah.
That shirt sold, but it didn't sell the way I wanted it to sell. Mm-hmm. You know how many people, black people, told me that they would not buy that shirt because it has the American flag on it? Mm-hmm. And we've been so mind fucked.
Yeah.
When like people say, when you talk about America, I was stuck. Like, really? It's a Black Lives Matter shirt. Mm-hmm. Like, we are Americans. Yeah. Of African descent. Like, I'm not saying we're not Africans, you know, but we also from here. Yeah. So, like, a lot of our ancestors was here way before anybody else. Yeah. That's facts. So, that one, like, even though it's sold, I sold all those shirts, basically, except maybe 3. I think I gave those away. Yeah. But some of the reactions was like, wow. So then my next shirt I did was actually one of my paintings. That didn't sell at all. Yeah. Like, I still got a gang of those. Yeah. And then I had some other shirts that did sell. Yeah. Like my Bruce Lee shirt sold. Not as fast as I want to, but they sold.
Yeah, but they sold, yep.
For the most part, I sold probably got a couple left, but for the most part, they sold. Yeah. Like, it's so, like, but say, like, everything you do sell right away. You don't learn anything from it. Yeah. You think everything's going to sell right away. But to have them little bumps sometimes kind of, like, helps the process. Yeah. Because you got some people who see quick success, and then when things not as good, when it slow down,
and fall apart,
fold because they felt like the success was gonna just keep coming fast. Yeah. So they don't know what to do when it slow down. No, it's like facts. A drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? He making a lot of money, then he hit a drought. Now he got work. He don't know what to do with it, and he step outside his comfort zone. Then he go to jail. Yeah. You know.
That's facts.
Or get killed because he done stepped on somebody else's
turf, trying to do too much. Yeah.
So sometimes not having that instant gratification is not a bad thing because you learn from it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Knowing what people want is the hardest thing because I do art that I like.
Yeah.
What I feel I like. I don't go out and look for what's trending.
Yeah.
Or any of that. If I see something and I like it, I'm gonna paint it.
Facts.
So I understand. I think a little different than a lot of people. So hopefully, I just hope that it catches
somebody's eye. Yeah. No, 100%. And the thing is too, is one thing I learned about this business and just on the clothing aspect, all the people that be commenting on your shit when they say, when you first post like, hey, would you buy this? 90% of the motherfuckers is not fit to buy it. They be capping, you know, because
it's social media though. So like, I don't even take it
personal.
Nah, because I look at social media not real. So
yeah, no, 100%.
You know, it's all right. So let's say this time I know people like something. They don't no likes on it. It's been up for 2 weeks, and they hop on and see it, and then they immediately like it and maybe comment. It has no likes, nothing. It's been up for 2 weeks, months sometimes. But when it's popping, you getting the likes.
Everybody wonder.
I don't take those to heart.
Yeah.
I don't like. I pay less attention to that because it's like when you have a job and you're looking for another job. It's easy to find another job when you already have a job.
It's facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like, when everybody liking it, yeah, it's cool. But I can't take it to like, yes.
Yeah,
like,
no, exactly.
I don't look at it as like a super win.
No, facts. And the thing is too, is I've learned to have more emphasis on the lessons and then the process.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and to me, like, I've always felt like the over underdog in the sense of like, in this world, I always know like everybody overlooks me. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of different situations, right? In the sense of like me being able to achieve certain things or not like supporting right away or not me being able to get successful as far as sports right away, getting to the position I wanted. Like everything in my life has took time for me to get, no matter what the goal is, college, everything. And so when it comes to like the business stuff, like when I first dove into it, I already expected the long in it for I probably won't succeed in this to where I want to get to probably 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? So everything before that has kind of been like extra credit almost, like, oh, wow, this is cool. You know, so like everything in my life I had to work for. And so when things get hard, that's when I'm most comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I'm so used to not being in the same house for a long period of time, having to move a lot, all that type of stuff. So I always got comfortable with
the struggle.
Yeah, the struggle. You know what I mean? And so I definitely get what you're saying 100%. And so, yeah, we about to take a quick break. We'll see y'all when we get back. What's good, y'all? It's Michael Settle with Blaise, Train and Never Settle. Now, listen, I want you to stay tuned for this new ebook we got coming out. It's going to be fire. Great efficient workouts, whether it's the home workouts or the gym workouts. So stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of the show. Peace. For every guest, to show my appreciation for you being here and to show you that I appreciate your time and everything like that, for every guest, we're going to give you a Mike Motivational Monday shirt. Let them know how that look right here, you know. That right there. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's decent, ain't it?
Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And then to make sure that, and then make sure that each guest is learning, we're going to give them a book. And so this book right here, let me see if I turn it right. Up From Slavery. Right here, Up From Slavery by Booker T. Washington. It's a great book, you know, very educational. And I really think that, you know, especially for you, I feel like this goes right up your alley. I feel like you'll learn a lot from it. So, yeah, man, here you go.
Yeah, Booker T, my guy. So.
Yeah. And, you know, the history wizard. I know he's happy about that. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man, I hope you enjoy that. And so, yeah, y'all, we're going to get right back into the show. I hope you enjoyed the quick promotional video, and make sure you tap into what we are offering. And also don't forget to like and subscribe too. And so, Ivan, Sleepy the artist, you know, when I think about your journey, just knowing you as long as I have, you know, even though I'm way younger than you, just being, you know, just experiencing 20 some plus years with you, like you've been through a lot of ups and downs, you know? Yeah. And so your story, your art journey, what you went through recently and the mindset you have now, and just everything, you know, it resembles never settle. You know what I'm saying? Like not settling at all, not giving up, you know, from the art shows, from the health stuff you've been trying to battle and going back and forth with that, you know, doing your job stuff, like, and many more, from Chicago to Iowa, not knowing nobody, you know, and just, I can go on and on, you know. So what does never settle mean to you when you think about your life in general?
To never quit. Have your goals, stick with them, be patient, because they're not going to come right away all the time. Mm-hmm. Just keep grinding. Like, if you want it bad enough, go get it. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much sums it up for me. Like, it's not biblical.
Yeah, no, facts, you know? And and that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. And so, and to end things off, y'all, I'm going to end it with a, you know, short story of, you know, what does never settle kind of mean to me in a story sense. And each time at the end of the episode, I'm going to tell a story, you know? And so one day, you know, was it August 21st? I had the never settle day thing, right? When I did the outdoor workout and did all of that. And so, mind you, and shout out to Deshaun, he helped me do that, and that was a lot of fun. But mind you, at the beginning of the day, you know, me and him's linking up, you know, we excited, we hype. And so we get to doing the event, nobody shows up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really shows up besides like family members.
What was I at on that day?
You had work. You had work, because remember,
that was my birthday.
The day, and I just had COVID.
Yeah.
Yep. And so I think you have work on your birthday too. So, but yeah, so, you know, you wasn't able to make it because I forgot. I think we were supposed to get you around. But anyways, we had the whole day. I went from here on 10, like, hey, it's finna be lit. Everybody finna be here. Because mind you, I've been promoting that thing for like 2 months straight strong. You know what I'm saying? Then I got COVID. I was like, damn, I had to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Then we pushed it back. But then we ended up getting it done. So mind you, through that day after it ended, I was like, fuck, bro, I did all this work, spent all this money. I'm in a hole, $300-400. I'm like, damn, I ain't really did my thing, try to get this rolling, but this shit didn't plan out how I thought, like you said, the process. And so fast forward later in the night, you know, Martaven's in town. So we go out, hang out for him, you know what I'm saying? He's out, we out. And so just to hang out a little bit. So then we come back to Malik's crib. It's like 3-4 in the morning. We just chilling. And something in me's telling me, y'all, like, you know what? You just go home. Just go home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go home. And so then I'm driving home. I get off on 19th, right by, you know, Smoky Row. by Stacy's.
Yeah.
So then I get off on Smoky. I get off on 19th. I turn left. Mind you, it's 4 a.m. I look to the right. I see a man on the bridge, about to jump off the bridge. So then I'm like, damn. So then I pull over my car and then I get out. I get to talking to bro. You know, he's going through, he's saying all this stuff about his family. Nobody loves him, this stuff like that. And I'm just trying to talk to him like, bro, this, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going through, it's not worth it. So then somebody else gets out the car, pulls over. You know, he gets out, he's talking. You know what I'm saying? He's talking to him. Somebody else gets out the car, is talking to him. Then the cops pull up. And then next thing you know, it's like 15, 20 cops there, and everybody, they shut down the highway. People driving off the exit like, hey, bro, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? He's even, by this point, he's climbed over, really hanging his feet over the bridge for real, about to really jump off. And they talking to him. He's hanging himself off the bridge. They trying to talk to him and everything like that. And so then eventually the cops was able to talk him off the bridge, and he got, you know what I'm saying, he didn't do it. You know, and so to me, that represents never settle too, in the sense of not only with that man that about to give up, but he ain't give up, you know what I'm saying? He ain't quit, you know? And so it gave me the mindset too, is like, okay, this is never settle day, but you just settled in the sense of like, you was damn near like, man, fuck this shit, I'm about to give up. But then I thought my day was going bad. This man was about to jump off the bridge. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you never know what people are going through. But then on top of that is, you should never settle, no matter how far you feel like, you know what I'm saying, know how to, like, he was literally inches away from falling, and, you know what I'm saying, falling to his demise. So it's like, he didn't give up. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all, never settle for real. You feel me? And that's my story.
That's what's up. Mm-hmm. That's dope. That's a good damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's my story, y'all. So let the people know where they can find tell them your social media and everything like that.
Facebook, Ivan P. Jones. Instagram, Sleepy _the artist Sleepy _the _artist. Mm-hmm. Follow me, like some work, buy some work.
Most importantly, support.
I see y'all then.
Yup. Never settle. Peace.